What's up? Today is November something, 2025. It's a teenth. I can tell you that much. I'm at the river right now. I just finished a great dive. It was a great session. It's been a while since I've done my static apnea, especially in a riverine environment, and it was great. It was great because it keeps you sort of blinded because the river's so murky. There's nothing to distract you. You just go down and work on your breath holds. That's it. Um, so, a funny story. When I got here, I set up my camp stove, which is right up the way here. I made myself some sausage and with peppers and onions. And I sat down and ate some fruit and just chilled out. I always kind of relax before I go diving. And I looked across the bank and I saw a gator. And she was pretty big. But I knew that since today is overcast and it's very cold, it's colder than normal, I knew that she wouldn't be very active or aggressive. So I decided to get in the water. I decided it would be fine, and it was. However, when I was under the water, I heard a boat coming towards my head, which is interesting because I have a dive buoy that I keep above the water to let boats know, hey, there's a diver down here. But this boat was coming right towards my buoy, and it's so murky underwater that you can't see, right? But I could hear this thing right above my head, and I'm like, there's no way they missed that buoy, right? So when they stop and turn off the motor, I wait for them to do that. I go up to the surface. I'm probably down like 15 feet, something like that. And I get up to the surface, and there's a family. It's like a parents and like 3 kids. And they're screaming, and they're like, "Gator! There's a gator, ma'am! There's a gator!" And I almost freaked out because I'm thinking, oh, this is a different gator. And so I look over to where they're pointing to, and no, it's the same gator. She's right over there. It's the same gator that that I saw before I got here. And I said, oh yeah, I saw her before I got in the water, but thank you for letting me know. And so they were kind of freaked out that I was not freaked out. But listen, when you live in Florida and you are involved in water sports, gators are part of the territory, as are bears, as are sharks. And frankly, I've never had an issue with any of those animals. So gators, I've swam right over the top of gators, not in this river, but another freshwater river. No issue, man. Now I have had an issue with sharks. Once when I was free diving, I was probably, I was too far under to be by myself. I was probably like 60 feet under. And I had my spear gun and I'm honing in on this fish. And I saw this shark swimming around, but I didn't worry about her too much because she was, 1, by herself, and then 2, she was pretty small. She was like 3 or 4 feet. So I knew that if she latched on to me, I could pry her off by myself with no issue, right? So I see her, I'm not freaking out about her. She's not dangerously close to me at all, but I see her in the distance. So I look over and I see this fish that I'm about to spear. So as I'm lining it up with my sights on my spear gun, I turn around just to make sure, just one last look, right, before I get involved with this fish. I turn around and she's barreling at my chest. And she's coming full force, and boom, she hits me right in the chest with her nostrum. She never opened her mouth, but she did hit me in the chest. She rammed me. And at that point, I was like, all right, it's time to call it. It's time to call it. So I got out without my fish, without my dinner, unfortunately. But it's all good. But yeah, it's hard to find free divers. Most people are not into the sport, and then there are far fewer people who want to do it in a riverine environment or anywhere in Florida because of the sharks and the gators and that sort of thing. So there is a free diving community here, but it's very expensive, and right now I'm tied up with helping certain family members, so I can't really invest in that right now. But yeah, man, I just thought that was really funny. That story. They invited me out on their boat with them in the future, so we exchanged numbers. They're very nice. Uh, but yeah, man, this was a great trip. I am about to go and make me some matcha on my camp stove. I bought a book that I'm really excited about. I'm about to kick back and read that. It's called Is a River Alive? Um, I forget the author. It was just released this year. So I'm super excited about that. I'll let you know how that goes. And yeah, man, I'm out.